Hey, what's up? It's me again. Now, I know this is not similar to the videos that I made in the past, but I just want to say that I'm about to enter a new chapter in my life. Now, that's me, tripping, falling, and potentially busting my ass off a bicycle. But speaking of tripping and falling, I want to talk about something that's really been on my mind. They say being 18 means becoming an adult, right? But to me, it just feels like I'm stepping behind the camera of my own movie for the first time. Now you're probably thinking, Queasy, what do you mean you're stepping behind the camera of your own movie? Allow me to elaborate. Being 18 to me isn't just about age. It's about stepping into the 18th chapter of my own book. You probably still don't understand what I'm trying to say here and need me to elaborate a little more on what I just said. But that's okay. That's what I'm here for. Age to me is just chapters with 52 pages. Let me break that down. If you are watching this and you just turned a certain age, you have 12 months to be that age. And with those 12 months comes with 52 weeks. And those 52 weeks are a representation of 52 pages. And within those 52 pages, there are a lot of lessons learned. It's crazy how you can learn a lot in just 1 year, right? Well, I am 18 years and 26 weeks old. I was born January 18th, 2007, which means I turned 18 on the 18th of January of 2025. So not only did I turn 18, I turned 18 on the 18th, which means I had a golden birthday, which is not coincidental in my opinion, but I digress. Now I'm going to tell you all the lessons that I learned being 18 years and 26 weeks old, which equals 18 years and 6 months. Now that we got all that out the way, let me tell you the lessons that I learned in these 26 weeks of me being 18. So buckle up. On the second semester of my senior year of high school, they had a poetry slam. Now the poetry slam was a contest holding 3 place winners. First place winning $100, second place winning $50, and third place winning $25. Now for the people who are watching this that have been watching me for a long time, I'm going to give you a fun fact about me. I do not like big crowds of people. It makes me anxious, it makes me nervous, it gives me anxiety, and I just don't like it. Now I'm going to say another thing for context. For the people who've been watching me for a long time knows that I make music. Now, poetry is similar to me rapping lyrics on a beat. Now, I said all that to say this. When it came to that poetry slam, I had 2 choices. Either let that anxiety take over me and not get up on a stage in front of a big crowd of people and speak my mind and let it rhyme, or be confident and get up on a stage and really show my talent and really put my voice out there. Now, you want to know what I did? I got up on stage and showed my ass. I spoke my mind in ways that people can authentically relate to what I was saying. Now, fast forward to a week or 2 after the poetry slam took place. Now, before that, they had a voting poll, and whoever got the most votes was the one who won first place, aka $100. Now, fast forward to a week or 2 when they then announced the 3 winners of the poetry slam. And guess who won not first, but second place? Me, n***. Now, if it wasn't for me not letting anxiety of big crowds of people take over, then I wouldn't have won $50 / second place holder of a poetry slam. Now, the lesson that I learned from all of that is I have a voice and it deserves to be heard. Don't let your fears or anxious feelings be the dim to your light in moments that you need to shine. Now, let's dive into another lesson that I learned being 18 years old. Now, this also took place in school. So I was walking and I saw this lady. She called me by my real name. Now, one thing about me is that I don't like to be called by my real name unless you are a fellow friend of mine or a fellow family member of mine. So I was walking past her and she said, hey to me. And then she said my real name. So she said, hey, insert my real name. I won't really say it on here. I mean, although some of you know my real name. But anyway, yeah. I was walking past her and she said, hey, insert my real name. And I was like, what's up? But in my mind, I kept walking. And then I found myself talking to myself and saying, I don't like when people call me my real name. Now, if you also been watching me for a long time, you know that I like to talk to myself. I even made a video on how there's nothing wrong with talking to yourself. And a lot of people think talking to yourself is crazy, but I think the opposite. Talking to yourself just means that you are intelligent and you are smart. The smartest people in the world talk to themselves. But that's neither here nor there. We'll get into that later. So I found myself talking to myself. I was saying some stuff out loud about how I don't like being called my real name. It was a guy that was right across from me, or he was in front of me, or I think he was like right beside me. And as I was talking to myself, he then blurted out, "This slow, he talking to himself." Now in my mind, I was like, ain't no way this motherfucker talking about me. Now, for context, that day that happened, I was wearing a pink jacket. And he then said, "Yeah, this in the pink, he's slow, he talking to himself." So now I know, yeah, he probably was talking about me. Fast forward, I walked to class because it was the beginning of school when this happened. And I get to class and I get a text from my sister because my sister was walking with me as all this stuff was happening. I get a text from her and it says something like, "Queasy, you have to stop walking around talking to yourself. It's fine to do it when you're alone, but people was calling you slow when you walked away." I said something, "But that's only something you do at home, twin." Because we call each other twin, but I digress. And I said, "Okay, twin, but that was not talking about me." And she said, "Yes, he was. He said, that in a pink slow, he talking to himself." And I'm like, oh my gosh, so he was talking about me. What do I do? And she was like, "Yeah, that's why I said something to him." My sister told me, she said, "Bitch, stop playing. That's my brother." And I was like, "Okay." And did he get quiet? And she was like, Yup. Then I said, "SMH." And then she asked me if I was okay. And she told me she told my mama and like that. But she told her not to fuss or get mad or anything because my mom, she knows that I talk to myself and I have a tendency to do that. And she be getting on my ass sometime. I'm not going to lie to you. And mama, if you watching this, I love you, but you know you can vouch for that. And twin, if you watching this, I really appreciate you for having my back. I mean, I told her that I appreciate her in that moment when she told me she said something to him. But twin, again, if you watching this, I really appreciate you for having my back. So yeah, twin, I love you. We got each other back. You know how that go. But the lesson that I learned from that is that you are not what people call you 9 times out of 10. People will bring others down to bring themselves up. And another thing too, to the dude who watching this that called me slow in that hallway, I hope you win in life, bro. And I love you, bro. Real shit. I love everybody, bro. Even if you did me wrong or said something that I didn't really sit right with, no matter what, I love everybody. So, bro, if you watching this, bro, I love you, bro, and I hope you win and keep going in life. It's all love. You know how that goes. So if you watching this, bro, it's all love, and I hope you win. And another thing I learned from that is I talk to myself a lot because I'm intelligent. I'm smart. And also, people who talk to themselves are not slow. They're actually intelligent, and studies show that. I mean, you can do your research. But yeah, people who talk to themselves are actually smart. But you know what they also are? Fucking crazy. Nah, I'm with you. But yeah, those are the 2 lessons that I learned from that situation. Now, here's another lesson that I learned being 18 years old. So I just started this job, and they had me on the register for a couple of days of me working there. And fast forward to when I'm outside of the registers waiting for customers to come in and come check out. So I see these 2 people. I see this couple walk right past me. And it was a baby. I was waving at the baby. I was smiling. I was saying, "Hey," and stuff like that. Because you know how babies look at you. It's so adorable. You know, you want to wave at them and stuff like that. So they walked past me, and it was the guy that was a part of the couple, that was a part of the family. He then looked at his girl and say, "No, don't go to him. Don't let him check us out." And then he looked at me and then says, "I'll slap the out of you, nigga." My calm, nonchalant ass then says, "You know what? Go on right ahead and do it, bro. I'm not stopping you." He then says, "What's up, bro? I'm right here, bro. I'm right here." And I'm like, "No, bro, go ahead. You said you was going to slap me, bro. Go ahead. Come do it, bro." Then he proceeds to say he's going to fire my ass up, meaning he's going to shoot me. Then I proceed to say, "Go on right ahead, bro. I'm not stopping you." Then he walks away and now checks out his groceries. I walk back to my register and I had some anger on my face. And then my coworkers, they looked at me and they asked, "What's wrong, Q? What's wrong? What's up? What's wrong, man? What's wrong? What's wrong?" Then I proceed to say, he said he gonna slap me. He need to go ahead and do it. He said he gonna shoot me. He need to go ahead and do it. Then they said, man, he ain't gonna do nothing, man. He ain't gonna do nothing, man. Then they proceed to ask me what he looked like, what was he wearing, you know, all that other stuff. Because, you know, if you're working at a store, they need to know who said what. So next time they come to the store, they're banned and they can't come back. So in the process of them trying to figure out what he looked like and what exactly happened and what exactly went down, the security then came up to one of my coworkers and to me and was like, I know what that was, man. He probably was just mad because he thought you were trying to take his girl. And then I say to security and my coworker, I was not paying no attention to his girl at all. Then I proceed to laugh like, bro, like, bruh, was that what he was worried about? That's why he said he was going to slap me. He was going to shoot me because he thought I was looking at his girl. Man, I was not paying no attention to her. So the lesson that I learned from that was I'm a fine ass like straight up like that. I'm a fine ass like growing up. I always used to think I was ugly because for the people who've been watching me for a long time, I don't know if y'all know this, but I grew up getting bullied, and me being told that I was ugly was included in me being bullied. So growing up, I used to always think I was ugly. I used to think I didn't look good. I used to think I wasn't handsome. So yeah, that situation had to happen to let me know that, hey, you a fine ass. Because if I wasn't, he wouldn't be worried about if I was trying to take his girl or not. Mind you, his girl was not even really my type for real. No disrespect, but bro, she wasn't my type. I mean, she not ugly, but you know, she just wasn't my type. I was not paying no attention to her at all. So the lesson that I learned from that was when you look good, people will get intimidated by your presence. They will feel threatened by your presence. They will feel threatened by the way you look, the way you carry yourself. And they would just, since they feel so threatened by your presence and your intimidation because you look so good, they will feel the need to threaten you or bring you down to their level. So if you were in a situation where somebody feels like you're trying to take their significant other, that just means that you're pretty or that you're handsome. That means your look is intimidating to the person that's with that significant other. So don't take offense to that. It just means that you're very attractive. So that's the lesson I learned from that. And another thing to remember, if that person can take your significant other, then that person ain't your significant other. If that nigga can take your girl, then she ain't your girl. The last video that I posted, I mentioned the fact that I was about to start college. I'm really looking forward to college, but I don't know how it would treat me. I don't know what lessons I will learn. I don't know what stories I would have to tell. I'm nervous about my academics. I'm nervous about if I'm going to find my new tribe, if people are going to like me, if people are going to actually mess with me for who I am. But all this nervousness is nothing but excitement. I'm also really excited about the freedom that I will have and the experiences that I will go through in college. But I'm entering the unknown, and sometimes the unknown is the best part of life. And always know, I'm not just starting a new chapter. I'm creating my own movie. I'm the director now. In this next scene, I'm not sure of what will happen. I speak that it will be the best scene that I've ever directed. And to anybody who's watching this right now, comment what new chapter you're starting. And if you can, give me some advice on how to navigate through life all at the age of 18, because I know nothing yet. So anybody that's watching this that can relate, let's enter the unknown together.